Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I really do mean the evening. I should have been asleep nearly 20 minutes ago. But I woke up all of you back this late at night, ladies and gentlemen, to another Rage video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are now officially at the halfway point in Machine Head's The More Things Change. It's now after the brilliant, the absolute badass time I had last time with Spine. I'm interested to know just probably as much as you are, where on earth do we go from here? Do we go backwards, forwards, or do we just have a chill time here tonight? So we're going to check that out and let's see what we get out of it. You know what? I think that's the one thing that, certainly for me at least, the thing that starts to become a little bit more clear is that you just mellow out, man. You just gotta chill. You just gotta enjoy yourself. So, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's begin. Bay of Pigs in 3, 2, 1, and... I'm sick for your lies and I won't be a scapegoat now. They're gonna pay, that's won't go the end. Understand, I'm not word I found. I'm paid, that's all you'll ever be. Refuse to coward to the swine. I'm sick of it, they end on my wings. Next time, you fuck with mine. I'm gonna sit back, I never had before. Your love, the blood of this nation. Your life despised by generations. Your love, the blood of this nation. Your life despised by generations. I got a foot, I now walk the pit and you're lost, never will at all. So fucking try, your problem of crime, now it took it above us all. Afraid, so you better be. Just when I call you not around. Something protect and give no respect next time that you shake me down. I'm gonna stand back, I never have before. Your love, the blood of this nation. Your life despised by generations. Your love, the blood of this nation. Your life despised by generations. Gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, it was as hard as it was both hard in two very, very separate sort of respects. It was hard because when the lyrics like are sort of just half screeched out, this is like I'm almost convinced now this is like Rob Flynn's idea of like therapy. He'll just screech out whatever it is he wants to screech out, because I think that's in terms of like how to actually write a song, that's quite a good idea. If there's something you've always wanted to say and there's something you've always wanted to express into a certain way, go ahead right there, screech it out into the world. You know what? If that's part of your style, then you know what? Who am I to say? Once again, you shouldn't try and do stuff like that. But then when they sort of like broke it down at many parts, from your lies despised to your laws the floor, this is where it's sort of like he's sort of Rob's sort of like able to collect his thoughts and just go, okay, now how do we explain this in the way that maybe newbies like me would probably be able to understand. Afraid, and so you better be, 'cause when I call you're not around. Serve and protect and give some pigs. I am aware that pigs is is another word that many people refer to the police as. I get around. I've heard that phrase being done before. Sometimes I've even used it myself every so often, because of just certain like things here and there. I even had like this great story that even happened to me on the way home from work, in which, like, if there was meant to be authority like taking place, then they didn't really seem too bothered either way. That poor lady, she was writhing in pain. She had like a broken ankle and everything, and they just like moved past and they didn't even pretend to care. Full disclosure, I got to the platform and there was a lady just like lying on the side of the platform, writhing in pain, because I think like she broke her ankle, but she told me like not to call for an ambulance. Make of that what you will. So, and what strikes us curious is the idea that a bay of pigs is just, you know what, this is your domain. This is where you writhe about. You're not writhing in anybody else's bay. You're not writhing out in anybody else's, bull pit or anything like that. You are literally there. You can govern yourselves and the rest of those pigs right there. Because pigs are sort of also renowned for being very, very intelligent animals, but a little too intelligent, because they become like so sharp enough to realize that we don't really need to take much flack or tone from anyone else. And it's written literally all over this. A pig, that's all you'll ever be. Refuse to cower to the swine. I'm sick of it, at the end of my wits, because next time that you fuck with mine, I'm gonna slap like I've never had before. He's straight up telling you, don't come near me. You know what? Your life, your rules are bullshit. You know what? Don't start coming over here and start dictating to me about what's what and what is the difference between good and bad. Don't you ever start trying to do that to me. That's almost like the kind of way I would imagine like Genesis or even Disturbed would probably write a lot of this. And you see, this is the thing I don't get about Machine Head, is that they really do sound in a very strange way. It sounds like the sort of thing you could pick. I could pick up these sort of lyrics from a plethora of bands, but I'm struggling to whether or not I could call myself to saying that. What's the most distinct thing about Machine Head so far that I could say they are absolutely in a class of their own? Is it because of how violent and how heavy their beats are? Is it about how kind of very... Is it also the fact that I could like sympathize with Rob in many ways, because he screams with so much generosity and so much sincerity that it's kind of... And I'll probably will like go into maybe like the end of this album to like maybe do a bit more, learn a bit more about Rob Flynn and stuff like that, because I reckon, you know what, a bit like Phil Anselmo, I reckon, you know what, even though he might look, they may be very, very intimidating men to look at, I reckon they're big softies underneath. I think at heart, I think these sort of songs are reflective of somebody who, they just want a hug. That's what I honestly think about some of these songs. It's literally, it's a small boy inside who just wants a bit of love, wants a bit of affection, who doesn't want to scream and profane ideas of like hatred or violence or being so heavily resistant to the outside world. That's what I figured. I got a friend, might not walk again, and your laws never helped at all. Go fuck your claws, you probable cause, power tripping above us tall. Again, you know what? With the way that's worded and that's the way it sounded, I would not at all be surprised if Rob straight up I wouldn't be surprised that was based on a true event. That is the thing that's sort of becoming a bit more signature about Machine Head as I'm going through this. I absolutely understand. Well, maybe I don't because I've never been in like the sort of stuff before, but I can understand exactly why people would write the way they were, the way they are because of stuff like that. That's bullshit, man. Anyway, I wish there was like a slightly more upbeat way to end this, but it's brutal, it's raw, it's real. Machine Head. And again, this is another example of the more things change, the more they stay the same. You know, if we may talk about with all our modern talk of iPhones and COVID-19 vaccinations and whatnot, what really changes in society, or what even changes in the world, that doesn't revolve around the fact that they will attack you because you can get away with it. What else is to stop you from that? Nothing, so far as one to discover. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Bay of Pigs for yourselves by Machine Head. And I will look forward to seeing all of you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.